Hello, and welcome back to Satisfactory Outpost in the Desert. We've got a lot to do this episode, so I'm going to jump right in. We left off in the last episode on this is the third floor of our electronics factory. This is where we make AI limiters as well as circuit boards. So I just finished connecting all of those assemblers. Um, and I'm belting the circuit boards to the wall here to a conveyor lift that'll take them up to the next level where they'll be turned into high-speed connectors and computers. And the AI limiters are going up to the 5th floor where they'll be used for supercomputers. First though, we need to collect our excess quick wire because we're going to need every bit of it. So each one of these belts it's coming in with 600 per minute, 500 per minute is being used. So when we merge them, this is the merger right here where the two belts meet, we'll have an excess of 200 per minute on this belt and another 200 per minute from this merger right here. Let's just bring this along. There we go. Now let's run and grab this belt. Well, we'll probably need to go under here. What a great start. Out of iron rods. Alright, we'll just cannibalize a few of these for now. Replace them later. One, two. Okay. And this is the merged belt. Or the belt will be merging, rather. Let's try to line this up. Maybe right here. Gonna have to scavenge these. Just for now. Just temporarily. I'll replace them once I've picked up some rods and I'm not on the recording clock here. So this now has 400 quick wire per minute. We're also going to extend these two belts, which are not being fully consumed by the circuit board assemblers. Let's just do this. Oh man. It's all really cramped here. I'm trying to do this in a way that isn't too too clustered and ugly. Let's put the merger over here. Let's just put it straight out. This will come down. Alright. Okay. Now we just need to merge these two lines. I think, if I recall, our circuit board assembly needed 825 quick wire, and we're feeding it with two belts of 600. So that's 375 left over. That will be merging with 400, so that's 775. So all of that will fit on one Mark V belt, just barely. Let's actually turn this merger. Let's align it like this. Okay, now we can do one of these. Probably should have done that the other way, but we're short on time, so for now this will work, and I will tidy it up with right angles later. So this will be our excess quick wire belt. This belt will be 775, and that will be used on the next floor, where our high-speed connector array will require quite a bit. Something like 1800 quick wire per minute. It's a lot. Okay, now let's see. This is the 4th floor. This is where we'll make computers and high-speed connectors. Let's go up to the 5th floor. I think I've belted, got the AI limiters belted up to the 5th floor. This is where they'll be used to make supercomputers. But the excess is going to be used in our crystal factory. It's used in the automation of crystal oscillators in one of the alternate recipes. And so for now we're just going to belt it all the way across this platform in a straight line, and this is where we'll have our supercomputers will be fed to the left of this. We'll just put these on conveyor poles once we get to that point. Probably the next episode. I'm hoping we can get all of the Quartz Outpost set up start to finish in this episode. You know, deliver the AI limiters to the Quartz Outpost and rubber from the storage hub. And then in the next episode, we will be able to take those, take the crystal and the crystal oscillators, pipe them back to, maybe not the crystal, maybe just the crystal oscillator is what we need, and the silica. There we go. Back to the electronic factory, so we can set up high-speed connectors, computers, and supercomputers. Okay. So we're going to run the belt the entire length of the platform, and the excess, what is not used to make supercomputers, we're going to lift up. Oh, that's not ideal. There's a train track right above it. So let's just move this right here. Let's see what we're working with here, and this should be fine, right? One over. We've actually got a lot of products that we need to move up, so not a ton of room. For now, let's go 2 over. We'll see how that works. Between episodes, I realized that we do need to transport circuit boards back to the storage hub because they're used in is it like automated wiring? It's one of the space elevator parts. Adaptive control unit. There we go. Circuit boards. Okay. It's the wrong window. and a conveyor lift, or wall conveyor. And let's add our lift. Where's the beep at? It's not giving me a beep. So I overshot it. There we go. Okay, this took a little bit longer than I wanted, but not too bad. Walls, window, wall. No, we'll leave that there for now. We can fix it later. Now we're heading up to the roof. We just need to set up the train to transport these AI limiters back to the storage hub. Okay, so you see I've added an extra freight station for the 6 products: quick wire, circuit boards, AI limiters, high-speed connectors, computers, and supercomputers. It's a lot to transport. I think like right now, like basically for now the entire receiving C train will be devoted to the electronics factory. We may add like something else at a later date. Okay. Here are the AI limiters. Let's give ourselves, enough space, but still try to do this in an orderly way. So this will be probably something like this. Oh my gosh, still out of iron rods. Okay, let's scavenge some more here. We'll replace all these later. Okay. This third car will be AI limiters. 1, 2. So this will be up here. It'll come down, and then it'll come down again. There we go. Sorry, I'm so unprepared here. Okay, let's count these off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the best way to do this, probably right here. That's fine. Okay. And for now, this will all get changed once we come back in the next episode to finish our electronic factory. But these will be really easy changes. Okay, So third car in the electronics outgoing station should be filled with AI limiters. You know, I kind of like the old graphic for the AI limiter. I wish they had just, upgraded the textures a little bit. It looked like a little cool module. Okay, I'm not sure that I've set up a train for this yet. We'll see. Receiving C. Excellent. Okay. So we're just going to set up, the next stop is going to be electronic outgoing, and then receiving C. Autopilot on. Okay. That's set up. It'll collect the AI limiters and take them back to be stored in the storage hub. Now we need to quickly go back to the storage hub and just set up those containers. Hopefully I'll remember to grab some iron rods while I'm there. Yeah, that should be all I need. Okay. Let's go up a level. Grab some iron rods. Okay, great. And over to the receiving C train station. Right here. Same setup as all the others. 4 engines, 8 freight cars. They've been set to unload. We will need a receiving D train, so that's something to keep in mind. But for now, just to move this episode along, just going to. Is this the first shipment here? Excellent. Okay. Just need to think about where this is going to go. Let's see. The third car will exit this way. You know, this is just going to be really temporary. Come this way. Gonna go around and over the track. And then, let's see. This will be the first car, second car, third car. And it'll be the top level, right? No, the lower level. Lower level. There we go. Okay, so let's hook these up. ourselves a window. Double window. Connect these two. It's a lot of AI limiters already, that's nice. Now we need to set up a conveyor lift. So the C train will be mostly electronics, and then the D train will be mostly crystal products and then motor products. And one thing to note is that a lot of these products in the C and D train, they don't need to be transferred to the, the third floor for shipping to another outpost, because they'll only be used on the top floor of the storage hub, making space elevator parts. So while we will need 4 receiving trains, I think we can get by with 3 shipping trains. Okay. So up to the 3rd floor now, the shipping level. Station 21. Nope. Let's fix that. This is shipping C. Have I placed a train yet? I don't think I have, right? I don't have a shipping C locomotive? Nope. Well, let's gather the materials and make one. What am I doing? Transportation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just need modular frames and some beacons. Two stacks, it's fine. Go down to our electronics, or our equipment shed, and make some beacons. Okay. Need another stack of fuel for my jetpack. Let's go back up and we need to resupply on cable and wire. Really quickly. Wire. 1 sec is fine. And cable. Okay. Let's do this. I think I need to place the train first. On the 3rd floor. freight car. Now there's one more thing I wanted to do while we're here. I need to connect rubber to the shipping train B. I'm using B because rubber is on the south side here. So let's quickly do that. And we're going to put rubber in the third freight station, freight platform. Shipping B is, right now it only has two things going into it, copper sheets and plastic. We're going to add rubber to that. Let's see, rubber's right here. Did I not bring rubber up? Oh man. Okay, let's quickly bring rubber up from the second floor. Just watching our time melt away without having touched the crystal factory yet. There we go. Let's do one of these. One of these. Okay, we're using the lower output. Now for these, the shipping trains, we use the conveyor lifts to get the products into the freight platforms. Let's see, third, so we'll bring this belt over. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think that means we'll need 6 splitters. There's the autosave hitch. Okay. So this is the third platform, this is the input. No, splitter, not merger. Is that aligned? Looks like it. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Well, it's not aligned. This is hard. Lining things up. Like, why just give me a grid line. Yeah, there we go. Is that? Yeah, okay, that's it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure it's faced the right way. 6. There we go. We'll continue the belt just so it looks good, even though we don't need to. Remove these splitters that we just used for alignment. And now, oh man, we messed it up. This is the, I'm crushing it. I lined it up with the output instead of the input. So let's fix that. that it? That looks really good, yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we can just take a conveyor lift from the splitter to the freight platform. No belts needed. It'll start filling up the third freight car of the shipping B train. So what we're going to have here is we're going to have the shipping B train delivering rubber to the Quartz Outpost, and then the shipping C train delivering AI limiters. And so you really need to be aware of which platforms the products are going into, because you obviously you can't have AI limiters and rubber on like the third car of each train, right? We need AI, and I may have just done that, so let's correct that if I did. The AI limiters need to go into the fourth car of the shipping C train up to the third level here. I don't think I've hooked this up at all yet, right? Okay, good. So the fourth car will be AI limiters. Here they are. There we go. We'll do one of these. Okay. And just because we're on a timetable here, we're just going to bring it directly across for now. I will tidy this up later. 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth car. And bazinga, we're good. This is set to load, which is what we want. Now let's send this shipping train yeah, let's send this train from, I guess I should call it shipping C first. It's going to dock at shipping C and then head to Quartz incoming. Autopilot on. Okay. So we're pulling forward. It looks like those AI limiters are being unloaded, but they're actually being loaded there. And these AI limiters are used for crystal oscillators. Where are they? Using the alternate recipe, where we combine crystal with rubber and AI limiters to make crystal oscillators at almost twice the rate as the standard recipe. Okay, let's hop in the locomotive. So we're using the same tracks that took us to the heavy modular frame outpost. Which is weird. Well, I must need to... Yeah, I need to add a track down. This is not really an efficient route. I hadn't tried this, it's good that we spotted that. make a note to connect the track from the shipping floor to the lower level. Okay, now we're on the second floor of the factory. Just made a loop and gone down a level. And we're heading out on the track that takes us to the oil field. You can see the crystal factory there directly south in the distance. We've got to make a few turns, go around here. And obviously I haven't set up the pillars yet. That'll get done eventually. Then I've just split the track off at this point to shipping and receiving, so that you know, the trains can use the same rail to get to this outpost and split off, depending on whether they're delivering products or picking them up. So I've got lots of empty platforms here. The only two products that need to be delivered to the Quartz Outpost are rubber and AI limiters. So it's the AI limiters that we're delivering now. And we can just go to our train station and then add this incoming as a stop on the shipping B train. Shipping B, yeah, we'll start at the shipping B, head to electronics, and then let's also add quartz incoming. Just as I said before, really important to keep track of, you know, which products are in which car of all of your trains. So here we've had, you know, the same, like 3 additional freight platform or empty platforms for the 3 engines, but then I have 1, 2 more for the first 2 cars that have other products in them of shipping. Like the shipping B train has copper sheets and plastic in the first 2 cars. You don't want freight stations here, or you know, those products will be unloaded and there's no need for them. Okay, let's head down to the first floor. This is the Quartz Outpost. We've got 3 Mark II miners on 3 normal nodes here to the east. And just to the west, there are 3 more normal nodes of quartz crystal, also on normal. They're all normal quality. So we've got 6 normal nodes. Now our crystal setup, we're going to need 810 crystal per minute, which means the crystal setup will need 1,350 quartz per minute. Silica, we're going to need 2,250 silica per minute. A lot of that is for high-speed connectors, and a lot of it is for alkylate aluminum sheets. You actually need it for the ingots, not for the sheets, but there we go. So I think like 2/3 of it is actually for aluminum ingots, and then 1/3 of it is going to be for the high-speed connectors. But these are all on normal nodes, which means we're going to need, what is that, like 2,700 quartz total. 1,350 plus 1,350. Yeah, 2,700. So that's doable with 5 of the miners. We don't actually need all 6. I mean, I'm planning toward the late game again. You know, I'm considering these are all going to be Mark III miners with 3 power shards, so they'll output at 600 each. I guess I could use more miners with less power shards. That'd be more power efficient. It's definitely something to consider for the future. But right now I'm just going to like belt all 6 over and and use all 6. Because I think that is the better idea is to use all 6 belts, and then adjust your shards and your power needs appropriately, so you're not just burning, power at a higher rate. The power shards use more power in proportion to the production that they increase. So this is the first floor. This is where we're turning quartz into crystals and silica. We need 60 constructors making silica with 1350 silica each. Or, sorry, 1350 quartz each to feed them. And I set this up like a week ago. Let's try to remember what I did here. So I think we're going to have 2 belts of quartz coming in here. And I'll be merging these belts so that they're, even though the belts below will be, like the miners below will be outputting at 60, we're going to merge them so that we can get full belts of 780 here, because, let's see, 1350 divided by 2. That's 675, so that's more than 600. That's more than like one Mark 3 miner on a normal node can provide. Let's get some conveyor belts here, wall conveyors. Okay. So the quartz will come up through these windows. And now we're going to have, it's 60, so I'm assuming I've got 4 rows of 15 here. Let's grab our materials and just lay these out really quickly. Okay. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing over here. And these are mirrored, outputting in the center here. Okay. Recipes. Silica. Mergers. We're merging to the west. So let's take a look at this recipe. 22.5 quartz per minute turns into 37.5 silica per minute. So these 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side is 10, will output 375 silica per minute. Same over here, the same thing, 375 per minute. Times, we'll double that, we'll get 750 silica per minute. That's almost the capacity of a Mark V belt. So we're going to merge them here in the center and just carry it down. And then we're just going to repeat this setup with, 5, 5, 5, 5 over here. So what is that, like 20 more? And their outputs will be merged in the center over here. And same thing over here with the last group of 20. Their outputs will be merged. And then we'll have 3 belts of silica all heading up to the roof to be trained away. But our crystal belts will just wrap the entire length of this row, and we're going to wrap it around and bring it down on this side. And then we'll mirror it with the other belt, wrapping it around this row and up to the north and then back toward the east. So that'll be the layout for the silica constructors. Moving kind of faster because we've used so much time already. This is the crystal setup. It's much more simple. It's just 36 machines, and I think it's just by 18, right? Let's see. Yeah. I guess 4 groups of 9 technically. Let's get constructors out here. This will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Man, not very efficient today. And one more autosave. We're back on experimental today because there was a small patch this morning that was supposed to address some memory leak issues, as well as the hated bug where you, when you mass deconstruct, you're actually given a supply chest even if your inventory has space in it. So that's terrible. So for here, we'll do the same thing. We'll have 2 belts coming up. The sides here. Is there enough room? Yeah, there's enough room for a lift there. These will be belts of the raw quartz. And they'll just run down the outside of each row, filling all 18 constructors on this side. They'll input to the center here. Let's take a look at the recipe. We need 37.5 per minute times 18 is 675, so 1 belt can handle them all. We're producing 22.5. This is kind of the inverse of the silica recipe. Times 18. That's 405. So if we had done all on 1 belt, we would just surpass the capacity of a Mark V belt. It would be like 810, and a Mark V belt can only handle 780. So we'll input here in the center, and then we'll just stack it up halfway. And so these will be 2 belts of 405 each. And these will be like how much crystals do we need for the oscillators? Looks like we need 562. Yeah, so we'll need both belts going up to the next floor for crystal oscillators, but the excess will then be taken away by train to be used in the alternate recipe for radio control units once we've unlocked Tier 7. So with about 9 minutes left in the episode, let's go up to the next level and look at our setup for crystal oscillators. We need to plan it out because I haven't done that yet. Let's make sure we have the materials on us here. We need quite a few. 30, I believe 30 manufacturers. That's a lot. Okay. Let's grab some plastic. No. Whew. Wrong tube. Okay. So we just need to set up 30 manufacturers. Let's take a look at the recipe. Using the alternate recipe that produces 1.875 per minute. So 1.875 times 30 will produce 56.25 per minute. That's easily, that could fit on a Mark 1 belt, you know, no problem there. But let's take a look at the inputs. We'll have the same amount of AI limiters per minute. That's not a problem. But we need to see how much rubber here, times 7. Almost 400 rubber per minute. That's still in the realm of one belt, right? And 1.875 times 10. That's 18.75 times 30. 562. So one belt, one Mark V belt can feed our entire array of 30 manufacturers. That's good to know. Okay, I was going to say, just make sure that I made this the right height, because manufacturers are taller, they need an extra wall of height. And I think we'll just do, 15 and 15. Why not? Let's take a look at, let's go down to this side and just take a look at where our conveyor lifts are. The sun is really red over here. Okay. So these are the silica lifts. Those are going to be going up to the 3rd floor from there. These are our crystal lifts. Okay, so crystal's coming up here. If we put the, looks like we can just center the manufacturers, and we won't have any conflicts with the other belts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, really? Okay. So we'll place it on the 11th foundation. This will be our output. This is where we'll center them. So we'll put a merger. These take up a lot of space. I don't know how much exactly. We'll guess right here. Then I can move it if I have to. Manufacturers. We're just gonna do 15. Yeah, we've got plenty of space, so let's not crowd our merger. Are these gonna fit? They're so big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not gonna fit. 6, 7, 8, 9. I could fit one more if I move it. Oh man. So I could fit 10 in a row if I move it. I could do 3 rows of 10 to get 30. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I think that's what's gonna have to be done. It actually be smart just to leave that there, I think, and put the 10th right here, right? Yeah, there's still plenty of room on each side. These are so big. Okay. So now we've got 20, right? 2 rows of 10 each. Crystal's coming up here. I guess we can just do like a back-to-back setup. Thing is, it's harder with the manufacturers because they need 4, so you need quite a bit of space. We're gonna have to move these. We're gonna have to move everything down. Yeah, 30 is just not a great number. You know, I can't have, like, it's not divisible by 4. And there's not enough room to have 6 rows of 5. Is there? Like 5, 5, 5, 5. We could maybe do that. Okay, let's think. We could have 3 clusters. Let's just like see how it might look. Like with manufacturers, I like to center the outputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that close enough to the wall? Let's put the 5th one down here. 5. It's fine. Let's have a merger this way. No, farther back. Okay, so we've got plenty of room over here now. Okay, okay. Let's try to center this. It's 21. Let's see how many rows of foundations this took up. 12. Okay. So 21 minus 12 is 9, so about 4.5 on each side. One, two, three, 4. Okay. Oh, so okay, so I'm going to start it all the way over here. That's fine. That can work. Let's give ourselves a little bit of room here. Maybe right here. Oh, no, it's going to be facing this way. So let's do this side first, just so we know where it ends, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Probably up here. Yeah, that looks good. And then we have a merger probably going this way. Manufacturer. Okay, plenty of room. Two, 3, 4. To pick up the rest of our materials. I'm over a little bit, but I want to get this setup laid out just to see if it'll work. I'm just making it up as we go along. Wasting time playing with hypertubes. There we go. Oh man, wrong level. Okay. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this will work, I think. I'm not sure how well it's going to look. 2, 3, 4. Five. So these will be merging behind me. And then we'll have another setup right here. Okay, interesting. Interesting. How many spaces does it take up? Wide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So if I give it 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a little tight. Let's say 2.5. Let's try this. Let's make sure that we're aligned with this. Okay, I'm just gonna put this there temporarily, so we've got the teal line, hopefully. There we go. Okay, perfect. And this will merge to the east. Center that, good. Okay, this is super unconventional. But I think we can figure out the belts Oh yeah, there's definitely enough space between those two. And there's enough space here for us to get around to. It's a little bit cramped, but I think we can make it work. I'm gonna be like 50 wires short here. Okay, no, plenty of wire. Or cable, rather. Okay, so now we've got, or we will have 30 manufacturers. Okay, these will also merge to the east. So we've got 3 clusters of 5 and 5 manufacturers. We'll have these belts merging this way, and then we'll need to loop it around here to continue merging to the south. And then this will merge around, or wrap around here to our final set, which will merge here. A little more complicated are the input belts, right? And the best way might be, because the crystal's coming up over here near this side, and we can have the rubber and the AI limiters come down anywhere. We could have them all coming down like right over here and wrap the input materials, the 3 input materials, all the way around the edge of the platform. So hit those 5, hit these 5. Hit this group of 5. And then we'll have it wrap around, come up the middle here. We can hit the groups of 5 on either side. One more autosavage. And then from here, we'll just take a slight bend and hit this last group of 5. And I think we can do that without any conflicting belts with the mergers. It's actually kind of cool the way it worked out. Doesn't look too bad. We'll just try to make, the turns as neat as possible to keep anything from looking like spaghetti or cluttered up. So thanks for watching. I know this ran a little bit long. Between episodes, I'll get all these constructors and manufacturers belted up and powered. And then we'll connect, our quartz and crystal and rubber and AI limiters at the start of the next episode. Then we'll head back to the electronics factory to use the products we're making here to finish up our high-speed connectors, our computers, because we're using the crystal computer recipe with crystal oscillators, and then supercomputers. And then we'll be done with the electronics factory. That will just leave us one more outpost to set up, the motor outpost with rotors, stators, and motors. That'll be quick. And then we're finally ready to unlock Tier 7. So I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. Please continue to hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next episode.